Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It's Well Red Beard, and it is a damn fine day to talk about a book. And today we're here for a book review, and we're going to talk about Horrorstor by Grady Hendrix. This is only my second Grady Hendrix read. I did my best friend's exorcism back in the day, and I really liked that book. And I think a lot of the reason why I haven't read more Hendrix is because maybe the themes don't often speak to me. Like, well, the one about Southerner's Guide to Killing Vampires or whatever, that, like, that idea just didn't grab me. I mean, I'm probably going to read it eventually. And the same thing with the newest one. Like, the newest one, I know, like, the cover's pretty dynamic, but it screams like witchcraft stuff. And again, just not that I dislike books like that, but not necessarily my favorite horror subgenres. So now this book hit for me. It hit, and I'm not sure why I put it off so long. I think looking at the format, looking at the cover. I mean, let's look at it up next to just a standard paperback. I mean, I think I thought that like it was going to be dense, like the page was going to be absolutely full of text, and that it would take forever to turn the pages, and I don't know why that matters, but it's not that way. You can see that really when you get into the meat of the story, it's really just like any other book. But a haunted retail store, a haunted IKEA, for lack of a better word. It's not IKEA, but it's called Orsk, but it's like a knockoff of IKEA. And these stores are all across America. Like there's a bunch of them. Like this one is in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. And yeah, I don't know about where you're from, but like we've got an IKEA that's like 20 minutes north of Cincinnati, which is like an hour and a half drive for us. And that's the closest one. I think the next closest one might be like 2.5 hours away. Of course, we go there. We got our shelves there. We've got shelves over there that we actually just went and got more shelves. Anyways, so I don't buy a lot of stuff there. Like some of the stuff I think is like super. Why am I talking about this? Anyway, the shelves though seem to be right at the exact perfect price point, at least for me. So that's it. Let's get a little synopsis, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Something strange is happening at the Orsk Furniture Store in Cleveland, Ohio. Every morning, employees arrive to find broken Kering bookshelves, shattered Glands water goblets, and smashed Liripip wardrobes. Sales are down, security cameras reveal nothing, and store managers are panicking. To unravel the mystery, three employees volunteer to work a 9-hour dusk till dawn shift. In the dead of the night, they'll patrol the empty showroom floor, investigate strange sights and sounds, and encounter horrors that defy the imagination. A traditional haunted house story is a thoroughly contemporary. Sorry, let me start that over. A traditional haunted house story in a thoroughly contemporary setting, Horrorstor is designed to retain its luster and natural appearance for a lifetime of use. Pleasingly proportioned with generous French flaps and a soft cover binding, Horrorstor delivers the psychological terror you need in the elegant package you deserve. So it's all about the presentation, of the thing. But so you get maps in here, you get like maps of the store, and each chapter starts with like an item. We got like an order form in here, but each chapter starts with, for example, a bruca couch, and yeah. So I really like this. 4 stars. I mean, haunted houses are one of my favorite subgenres, and this one is funny and quirky up front, and then when it gets to the meat of the haunting portion, it gets meaty. I mean, it gets to it. I mean, it gets dark, and I mean, I mean, not spicy. What's the word I'm talking about? It's not a mild haunting. This shit is a very, very wild haunting scenario. So, um, the store, fairly new, fairly new Orsk store, was built on the grounds of an old prison, and it was not just any prison. It's what they call a panopticon, the Cuyahoga Panopticon. Now, I mean, look that up, check that out. It's like cells, like in a circular format, like levels of cells, and then like a central guard tower, like right in the middle of it. But then it talks about this the sub basement of this place, and you get like a little map of it as well. This like sub basement of the Cuyahoga Panopticon. So long story short, um the warden of this prison was, you know, you know, crazy into rehabilitation through torture, but rehabilitation through work as well. Uh, like there's a part in this book where like a sign that has like a Orsk uh, saying, like an Orsk inspirational quote for employees. Like it's like it changes and it fades and it says something to along the lines of the work will set you free, which if I am not mistaken, that was like the translation of the words above the gate of like Auschwitz. So again, built on a prison, you know, very very tight links to like retail hell, to like, you know, retail work being like a modern day prison, and whatever, you know. But so three people are going to stay the night there. I mean, stuff's just broken every morning. It has not gone like wild though. Like it's not like severe. Like stuff is being broken. Corporate's coming the next day, and the manager really wants to figure this shit out before corporate gets there. And so he picks two employees, and one of them is our main character, and she's kind of a quirky, down on her luck. I mean, you know, barely making rent, you know, car is barely getting her to work every day type person, and then another lady, and so they're going to spend the night, and then but then two other employees are found like on the showroom floor, like in the middle of the night, that they snuck in because they're ghost hunters, right? So anyways, there's five people, and our warden is haunting his place, but also all of his victims, like all of the prisoners of the prison. So, like I said, when it goes from the quirky, funny, you know, back and forth banter of the lead up, and when it goes from that and it switches into, okay, now we're going to tell you about the haunting. I mean, it gets real, and it gets real fast. So, yeah, I mean, I really liked it. I think it for me it was four to 4.5 stars. You know, it was again, I love haunted house stories, and this was just an absolute twist on that. And I love setting, like the setting has to be well defined, i.e., the Overlook Hotel, and so on and so forth. But I love big, sprawling places to explore. And this had all of that. I mean, it had the haunting elements, it had the big, sprawling place, and it had, you know, um, just a haunting that manifested in such a way that just made it really, really cool and original. And at the end of the day, our characters are put in a position where they got to try to escape this shit. They got to try to get out. So there's some other cool stuff with our main character who I've read this a couple days ago, but I've read so many books here recently that I'm drawn. I think her name was Amy. Is her name Amy? God, I feel stupid for not knowing that. Amy. It is Amy. Um, I mean, there's some cool stuff kind of with her. Um, development, like her development from what she was into the type of person she is at the end of this book. But yeah, Horrorstor, Grady Hendrix. I mean, I've seen it forever. I don't know why it took me so long to pick it up. It is a very, very cool format. I mean, different, right? Different format, which, and then also different style of storytelling on the haunted house piece. So this is what Redbeard. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying all your books, all of them, as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.